Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to myself Academy YouTube channel and Excel snippet. Today, I'm going to do the second option or the second logic of getting a data commission from a multiple table using a VLookup. But this time, I'm not going to use an if function. I'm going to use a switch function to achieve it, and I've spiced it up a little bit more than normal. I should thank Mr. Mike Griffin here, and he made it with the cell references. I'm about to do with a name manager and a table. I'm just improvising it again. Saji, sorry if I made anything wrong here. Do correct me. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. So in my previous video or the yesterday video on video number 7, I just showed you how to work around with the if table and a VLookup here. This time around I'm going to use a switch function. As I told you earlier, I'm going to use a name manager and a table function here, and I already have the tables intact for me. So I have an Apple 13, OnePlus, Samsung and Moto tables where the commissions are defined. Now I would like to add a name manager for each and every cell reference here. I'm going to give a defined name here, and then I'm going to just say okay. I'm going to rename that one by one. Defined name, okay. There's the cursor here. Defined name, okay, and then defined name, okay. Now I got my table, and as well as the name manager coming up here. What I would like to do is I would like to add the switch functionality here. So let me come back and add our switch function. When I use the switch functions again, switch function comes in Office 2016. So this is the expression that given from the Microsoft website, and then I took it from a list here. So it evaluates an expression against the list of values and returns the result corresponding to the first matching value. If there is no match is available, an optional default value may be written. So we can write something differently here. So I'm going to use the complete dimension here. So when I say expression, I want to check out whether this is available, and we all know how to work with a name manager. If you don't know about it, just go back to the previous videos, or I will try to add the respective video in the description link. You can watch the name manager video if you want to once. You can see the different types of name manager available. I'm going to recall it by giving an F3 here, and I'm going to select match pro here, then give a comma. Then I can type that table manager here. I can type Apple, then you can see Apple 13 comes up here. Then I give a comma. Again, this time the next is going to be the next value. This time I don't want to select the cell again for the list here. I want to just select the value. So the expression remains as D2 for all my formulas here. I'm going to press an F3 again. This I'm going to take 1 plus, comma. Then I'm going to type 1 plus. Then I give a comma again. I don't want to use like I did in my if function. I can just write the resultant values alone here. F3 again. Samsung table, and give a comma again. F3 again for Moto, then comma and give a Moto table here. And close the bracket and give an enter. So when I do that, as I'm using Office 365 Enterprise Edition, so it's going to give you a spell effect in my formula. That's okay, because I'm not going to fill all of them here. When I use a VLookup, the spell effect will disappear from my dimension. So I'm going to just add a VLookup before it. So before I do it, this is the formula that I've used. You can read the formula very clearly here. I'm going to copy paste to value because I want to keep retain that switch formula as it is, because I'm going to use the VLookup in the next dimension. So when I use the VLookup here, that's going to give me a lot of information more, and I'm going to get exactly what I want here. So I'm going to just do a VLookup again, and again when I use a VLookup, I'm going to use the quantity here, give a comma. As it is not an exact match, so I'm going to give a comma and select the second value what I want to show in my commission function, and then I'm going to just close it. If you want to make it even more better, give a comma and choose approximate match or true here, which allows you to get the answer correctly. Then when I populate that throughout by giving a control D, and you can see all my value comes in place. But again, there are a few names are different here. That's what shows are not applicable because I have chosen the exact match for Samsung Galaxy Fold 3. But in this data, I have a Samsung Galaxy Flip 3 coming up here. So I'm going to replace that by choosing the previous value, then it automatically adds my list here. Let me just add my previous value alone. So now I get the functionality and the respective outputs that I'm looking for. The previous cell I used in a different dimension, and now I'm using it in a very different dimension. Hope you guys learned a new formula right now. I've used a switch function inside a VLookup to get a multiple table of data into one single answer using the name manager and tables. This is Vinod signing up from Excel Slipper and iSelf Academy YouTube channel. I'll be giving you one more dimension with ifs and define name manager with indirect function in the same point. I don't want to make two videos in that list. I'll make it in one video. Again, when I use an ifs, it is typically like going to be an if condition, so that I'm going to use the expression every time, not like a switch function where I use the expression only once in my data. I only return the other values here automatically. This is Vinod signing out from YouTube channels. Stay safe and happy learning.